I'm gonna have an answer you're not gonna like.
Alright, it's time to talk Jay-Z. Jay-Z is a very legendary act in the rap game. He is arguably one of the best, if not the best rappers of all time. And he had a lot of things to say with his most recent interview. He goes in depth about a lot of different things, a lot of his allegations, a lot of his family troubles with the severity of those allegations, etc., etc. I won't talk about that just yet. I'll talk about that probably on a separate video. But one thing that I really thought was extremely interesting was his take on the Kendrick and Drake beef and beef as a whole.
Battling. We love the excitement, and I love the sparring and the music you get. But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it. They almost wish it didn't happen.
Now, in my opinion, I think that Jay-Z is wrong. I feel like rap beef is something that should be kept alive and should be around for the years to come. But I do agree with some of the sentiment because, you know, he said, hey, look, a lot of the times when beefs and things of that nature happens, the repercussions and the space of which, you know, these beefs are happening is so vast and so just everywhere. Sometimes it feels like you can't avoid it. And I think that the Kendrick and Drake beef, which is something that is still ongoing for some reason, is the prime example of it. But a lot of times we forget about how much damage a rap beef can really do to the person who lost.
People's life.
Yeah.
It's like trying to, you know, wreck this guy's marriage or this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Let's look at Drake versus Meek Mill. When Drake pulled out the dub on Meek Mill's career took a tumble. It was a horrible thing, you know, a horrible mess. And Meek didn't actually get to the place that he is now until way later when he had that the incident with going to jail for something that he should never went to jail for. And they finally made the amends and etc. But Meek was known as the person who lost a beef to the guy who sings. That's a very bad, you know, look on a quote-unquote street rapper. Let's even look at Jay-Z and Nas's whole situation, where pretty much for the longest time, Jay-Z was getting clowned because he lost that beef. And despite, you know, Jay-Z losing the beef and all this extra stuff, or arguably losing the beef, some people say that he didn't, Jay-Z ended up, you know, making and doing so many impactful things for rap in general that the beef kind of became a nothing burger, because Jay-Z was just such a powerful name in the rap industry. So he's a person who kind of had the worst of the beef. You know, what Drake is going through right now, but he's been able to make a major recovery inside the eyes of the public. But there is one aspect that I don't like about beefs, and I do believe that, you know, Posse Cuts probably could just take the place of the, you know, I got beef with this person, I got beef with that person, Rick and Morad. And that is, a lot of the times the beefs are not real, they're all fabricated. And I believe that this is the main problem that I have with rap beefs in general, that a lot of the times rap beefs happen just because somebody's gonna drop an album or somebody needs a little bit more publicity. This is how I feel about the whole NBA Youngboy and what's his name, NLE Choppa whole situation, where one is obviously on the down spiral and is not having as much popularity, so they talk about the bigger name in hopes of getting some type of reaction and some type of back and forth so they can get a crumb a little tiny bit of that sweet, sweet clout that everybody is searching for at this very moment. And it's sad. Another example of that is Joey Badass. Joey Badass was throwing his hands up and saying, hey, I want beef with this person and that person and that person, and basically went through a whole war of pretty much no names or people who weren't as relevant as the person he was trying to call out in the first place, and then ultimately failed at garnering the actual attention that he would have benefited from, because A, the other person just didn't respond, and B, nobody really cared at the end of the day, because we all knew that it was fake, it was fabricated, it was whatever. Beef has a place in rap. That is not my argument. My argument is beef, when there is no reason, why is there no rhyme, reason, no anything for it, is dumb. And I'm tired of being the guy that has to act like I care about, you know, Joyner Lucas and fucking Skepta having a beef for some fucking reason, even though I know these two guys don't have any real static towards each other. It's stupid. And whoever actually watches or listens to or wants to act like beef is just this really, really cool thing, and you know, every beef should be taken seriously, you're lying. It's all WWE. Nobody cares.